Hello everybody and welcome back to ForgeCraft the Modpack with TechnoJock. Just after the end of last episode I had myself another catastrophic world corruption, so we've taken quite a big step backwards. We took a step back to when this building, the petal greenhouse thing, was pretty much just half done. So I have made an attempt to get things back to how they were at the end of last episode. So this is all set up. We have our Gaia ritual thing set up. We have got our Tower of Power back set up properly, so it's giving us all the power it can. This area had to be completely redone because all we had was the manual Petal Apothecary, the manual runic altar. We didn't even have the terrasteel agglomeration plate. The pure daisy wasn't automated, so I've redone that. Obviously I have done it in slightly different areas, so things aren't right smack in front of us when we come out the door. But I've got it largely done up. I don't have all the recipes put into this, and I still haven't figured out exactly how to do the runic altar, so it's going to be able to make the more complex things. But again, we're back to largely where we were. One of the things that was really particularly annoying was down here, the I'm going to make sure I take off my magnet ring. It is off. Good. The Manor Pit was somewhat back to square one. We only had a little bit of our floating end flames set up, but as you can see I have redone it. Largely the same setup, laid out slightly differently. We've still got our contraption to transport mana tablets back and forth to the top side, but the wiring is a little bit different just to make it a bit easier to see. We've got 2 full stacks of our floating endoflames. I've added in some more floating Narslimmus to keep the slimes under control in here, although clearly it's not working up that far. Down here the wiring's a little bit cleaner and easier to see, and there's a shut off there for it, but this is set up now, so actually as you can see just now, this mana pool is probably about 3/4 full, so this has got a signal that allows it to get to 3/4 full. The timer is set to I think about 10 seconds, 12 seconds, there we go. A repeater to keep the signal going, the not signal, and then that goes up there, so it's largely as it was. Swap these out for elven mana spreaders now that we have the technology for that, so they can transport the mana from the endoflames a bit quicker. And as you can see I added just 1 or 2 extra mana pools down here. So this one has got a recessive spark on it, so it transports the mana over here. These ones are just regular bog standard sparks, which this one with its dominant spark is sucking up the mana from. So we've obviously got quite an extensive amount of mana that we can go back and use if we want. Added on this floor up here for the next thing that we'll be going and working on, which we'll be coming to in just a second. Other things I've done between episodes, I have crafted myself the wireless access point, popped it there and put in a bunch of wireless boosters, so it should be able to get a fair distance for us. And of course, because it's A2 now, we've got the ME security terminals, so I actually have myself a wireless terminal, so we can get hold of our stuff. Not a crafting thing. I do think a wireless crafting terminal will be a good thing, but hey ho. Perhaps I'm just being a little bit greedy and spoilt. First world problems, I can't wirelessly craft things from my massive storage system. So what are we going to be working on? Well, as promised at the end of last episode, I want to get a better power system. This power system is fantastic, and oh yeah, that was another thing. The UU matter this iridium hadn't been crafting up. So I've taken this offline, but we've got our UU matter. We've got a stack of it sitting. We've got our UU matter going into this, and we've got a stack of iridium in there, which is good. So yeah, the power system over here, it's good, but it could be better. and I am now aiming for end game power. I'm going for a power system that I think can't be beaten. In this pack, cannot be beaten, as far as I'm aware. So I want to get myself these Nether Star generators, and in fact, we got a fair way to go before we get to that stage. So, as you can see, on me, we have got a powered spawner from Ender.io. You make the Z Logic controller in the Slice and Splice, which we've got, just a zombie head. We've got plenty of those kicking about, so I made that. And we've got all this stuff from before as well. So, powered spawner, that's all good. And then in here, where is it? I don't know what I've done with it now. Where on earth have I put it? No. I remember. I actually went and put it over here because I'd gone out and I'd got myself... No, not that. I'd gone out and got myself a soul vial with a creeper in it, and so we've now got one of the broken spawners that we collected earlier on with the creeper soul in it. So we've got that, which is rather nice. And if we go over to our anvil, which I've shifted down to next to here because that's where all our experience is, and we take our broken spawner, is it this way around? I can never remember. It's going to cost us 30. Okay, let's store all that and retrieve 30 in total. So one of those with one of those, no, other way around, gives us our powered spawner with creeper. Why do we need a creeper spawner if we're making nether stars, do you ask? Right. There's a few things that we're going to need. Let's have a look. So, end result is we want these nether star generators. Nether star generators, okay, we can get nether stars. We've got a wither skeleton skull farm. It's going to need some work to get it to the automatic stage that we need, but it's there. This. Unstable ingots, and I'm not about to go and start making unstable ingot blocks by hand. I want stable unstable ingots. Now you can make stable unstable ingots by making nuggets, but that's really expensive, and the only way to really do it properly is if we get our Division Sigil, wherever it is, there it is. What we need to do is we need to stabilize this, and the stabilization ritual needs music discs. And music discs we've only got 2 of, so we could go searching for dungeon loot and do all that, but anybody can go mining around for ages looking for dungeons. We are going to make the music discs come to us, and the other way of getting music discs other than dungeon loot is to get a skeleton to shoot a creeper, and to have a steady supply of creepers, we have a creeper spawner. Ta-da! So let me get the area down here set up with our creeper spawner, and I'll be back in just a moment. We interrupt this program for a news flash. Part of the things I was crafting for our spawner required me to use the table here. And I have just discovered having this node here is interrupting things. So I've had to put in this blocks round about it. What I'm going to do, I did wonder what was going on, and there was some weird interaction going on with this thing. Sometimes these would work, sometimes they wouldn't. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to leave those ugly blocks there. I'm going to get some of the mana glass, and I'm going to box in this node so it doesn't actually get in the way anymore. It did its job to begin with, and it did it well, but it's no longer the best node on the block, really. So if I go like that, I think that will probably work. In fact, I'll put that there as well. Put that there as well. Makes it look okay-ish, I suppose. Might do something else about that yet. So, and I've now got far too many of those. Right, okay, that's better. And then this, is it? It's not really linking up properly with that, but I can cope with that. Is that properly charged? That is properly charged. Excellent, I can go on and do the things I need. Okay. Okay, I think I've got the rest of the bits I need in place now. So I need to pop these on here because, and I'll show you in a minute, 3 and 4 there, and then this. So I think I already made one of these on camera, but we'll just do this one as well. I'm making myself a telekinesis wand focus, and I'm actually making 4 of these because I want one for each corner of the spawner. Didn't think I would get any instability, but apparently so. Not quite stable enough to stop that from happening. So that's all the aspects pulled in. It's pulling in all the items now, and I think we're going to be good. Any moment now. Take that off there. And there we go, 1 wand focus. So I shall go and make this one just now, show you what I'm doing, and then I'll come back and make the other ones off camera. So yeah, 1 corporeal attractor, like that. And then I'm going to get myself 1 redstone block. And I'll show you what I've done down here. So, yep. Little box here, so we've got a box that is, what is it, 9 by 9 for normal spawning mechanics, just to make sure everything will spawn inside there with the spawner in the middle. Spawner set up with power and is powered at the moment, but is set up so that it requires a redstone signal. So you can see that progress is stuck at 40%, whilst that lever upstairs is turned on. So we want 4 of these, we want 1 in each corner. Basically, we want 1 to attract over here, just like we've got downstairs, and actually, when I rebuilt things downstairs, I set it up with 4 down there as well. So we've got 1 in each corner, 1 to attract over here, like this, and then pop that there, and that is pulling adults. As you can see, you can right click on it, pushing adults, pulling adults. So this one here is set up to be pulling adults. Perfect. Cover it up, and it's nicely hidden away there. There's a little line, but it's okay. Going to leave this open, and then I need to get the other 3 corporeal attractors and stick them onto pushing adults. That way, if there's anything over on this side, it'll get pushed over, and boop, it'll appear here. They can't hide out in any of the corners. I think this room's actually small enough that we could have got away with 1 set pushing there and 1 set pulling there, and it would have been okay. I think it's only when you make it slightly larger, like I've got the blaze spawner downstairs, that you need the extra ones in the opposite corners. Ah. Ooh-wee. It's always nighttime when I come out of there. So I'm going to go and make the other corporeal attractors upstairs just now, and I'll be back when we're at the next point. Okay, we're back, and we've got all the things in place, and they're set up for us just now, so we're ready to make a test run on this. So let's turn on our spawner, and it was at 40% before, so it's doing its stuff just now. I'm not going to get too close to these because I don't want them to blow up all my hard work. But yeah, any moment now, it should spawn a creeper. Any minute. Chop chop. There we go. Whee! And they go flying over, and they get a bunch of them there. So that's cool. Let's turn that off before we get anything more. Now, I wasn't expecting to be quite as many at once. I've just remembered as well that we do still have light sources in there, so that's perhaps one of the reasons that it wasn't spawning quite as I'd wanted, but that's fine. Now, couple of things that I actually want to do. Just remembered something that could come in handy here. Let's just pop up here very briefly, very quickly, get ourselves some wooden spikes. Now these wooden spikes, we need to make 3 wooden swords, and of course we don't have any wood. So let's just... so spikes will get 3 wooden swords. Come on. Oh, lagging out and not doing it right. 1. Oh my word. 2 and 3. So if we go... ridiculous effort to just get some spikes. There we go. Now we only need 1 of these, and we'll pop it there. So let's pop this down. And let's go in here. Now we do have a vacuum hopper to take care of this as well, so let's pop that there. So when they come over, they're going to get hurt by that. I want to take that out and put our vacuum hopper in there. I want to take out all the light sources that are in there. There we go, nice and dark. Now, it would be nice to be able to put in something there. Maybe I might do something different. I'll see how this works out, because I would quite like that to... In fact, does a facades block? Facades block, don't they? They block light. If I put that there, and I will do something about that. There we go, that's nice and dark in there. So I'll sort something out with that facade and some pipes into a chest, and I'll get... maybe a drum will be sufficient. We don't need this to be a completely permanent structure, so that's fine. So next up, I actually want some light back in there, because I'm going to be working over here, and I want a little booth. Now I want that off there and there. Right, so we've got this mana glass that I've made into little panes. That's fine. So we've got this little booth set up here, and what I want... oh no, that's not what I wanted. And I don't have... 2 secs. Right, that's better. I just went and used a reusable safari net, because took a couple of tries to get this guy in here, but I've made this little hoosey for him to sit in, and there's a window here, so he can still see me, and can still shoot out. So, that works fine. I turned off these for the time being, because it was just getting far too ridiculous to try and maneuver him in there whilst they were still pushing and pulling at him. So let's put that like that and like that. So he is getting pushed around, but he's in his little hoosey, so he can't get out. So he should still try and push. Try and shoot me. Yep, that's excellent. That's exactly what I wanted him to do. And if I come over here, turn this on, wait for some guys to spawn. And any moment, this would be good. I've got to be careful again that they don't blow things up, but the wooden spikes will help because obviously one of his shots doesn't kill outright. It's going to take a little while for him to actually whittle them down. So let's turn that off. Hopefully, yep, these guys are going to eventually settle back down here. He's going to start shooting at me. Yep. Okay, he was too close. We'll need to set this up a little bit further back so these guys aren't too close and don't explode like that. Okay, we're back and I have rebuilt it and I have shifted him one further away. So we've got a bunch of people here. Here we go, and he's shooting them and they're dying, and we have a couple of discs. So that's good. So that's fantastic news. That means we are now farming music discs. One more to go with this batch, and he's killed him, and we can do that. Need to get, oh wow, we've got 4 discs from 4 from 4. So now we can go and farm up the rest of all the things that we need. And I'll be back in a sec. Back again, and we're on to the next bit. I've taken care of some of the more tedious bits when I was going out and collecting some bits and bobs. And yeah, I need to now pop that in there. So what else have I got? I have got in here, I think, if I pop that there, we can have a look in this one, and we've got our music discs. So we've got all 12 of those, 12 vanilla music discs, and that will go on to the north side of our ritual. This one is the south side, and that is the gifts of earth. So all the things you find buried in the ground in their natural forms. You do need silk touch to get these ones because you need the ore forms of these. So grass, dirt, gravel, sand, obsidian, clay, and then coal, iron, redstone, lapis, gold, emerald. Oh, I'm missing diamond. I need to go and get diamond ore. Right, I need to go and do that. I must remember that, so I shall put it over here where I've been storing other things. What else have we got? We've got this one, which is, let's pop it here and just have a look inside, and we've got all the gifts of fire, so things that you can cook up in a furnace. So you've got, let's see if we can order this a bit better, stone, nether brick, clay, hardened clay, glass, charcoal, ingots, bricks, cactus green, and all of the cooked foods, the vanilla cooked foods. So that's there, and that one is, which one's that? That's the northern one. Oh, so that's the gifts of fire. That's the northern one, which means that one's the south one. Okay, I'm trying to put them into order here so I don't forget, but I do need to go and get that diamond ore. I'll nip over to the deep dark and sort that out in just a minute. So I wonder, can I? Oh, I can. I should have done that from the outset. So the next one, the gifts of water, I think it is. Descendants of water. I'm looking at the guide at the moment. So we need 12 potions, 12 of the vanilla potions that actually have an effect. So the awkward potion doesn't count because it is no effect. But what you can do is you can get, so we've got a potion of regen and a potion of regen 2. We've got a splash potion of regen 2. Let's get into that. And then I'll put in what we've got. I didn't really want to do both of those. We've got the splash potion of swiftness, a potion of swiftness. I needed Let's do this. I need another potion of swiftness and glowstone for that, and I can get rid. In fact, what I'll do is I'll learn that one. Why not? So we've got a few bits and bobs to do, but what you can do is, as I was just trying to probably not very sensibly show you, that you can have the level 1 and the level 2 of a potion, then the level 1 splash potion and the level 2 splash potion. So I needed speed and speed 2. I've got speed and speed 2, and then that, and then I can do that. That's better. There we go. So splash potion mark 2. We've got splash potion 2, splash potion 1, splash potion there. I've got that one, so I want to take that one out. Nearly messed it up again. You were probably screaming at the screen, "Don't do it, Techno! Don't do it!" And I want to learn that, because I've never actually learned an awkward potion. So that's 8 of them already. So you might think, wow, 12 different potions, what am I going to do with that? So if we go potion of healing, say, right, we've got all these ones that have got no effect. Potion of regen, we've got potion of swiftness, we've got fire resist, that could be quite easy to do. Magma cream, maybe. We could do poison, spider's eye, and healing, glistening melon. Let's get spider's eye and melon. Spider's eye. So that'll give us 3. So I need to make 2 lots. I need awkward potions. So I need 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make all of these, and I'll need another gunpowder. And I think if we get, what's the uses of poison? If we get brewing, it is glowstone that I need. So glowstone for that. Right. So if we have a look in here, I've already got that. But if I go make some potions of poison, and this 8 and the other 4 should be 12, and that'll do fine for that. So let me brew up the last of these, and I'll nip off and get that. What am I wanting to do? I want to do that and that. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to do the last of these, and I'm going to nip off and get that diamond ore, and then I think the next time we see each other, I'll be in the end. Right, so welcome back to the end, and we're ready to start the ritual of stabilisation for this thing. I've set this up. This is what you do. You need a beacon in the centre, and then you need 40 redstone and 40 string. The string's pretty hard to see here, but it's the redstone goes round in this spiral pattern like this, and then the string does the exact same thing in between. So if I face north, that's north, and you can have a look at that and see. So you've got each of the chests north, east, south and west like that. And if we have a look in here, we've got the ones here. Give me 2 seconds and I'll just double check and make sure that's right. Northern chest is the children of fire, so all the things that have been cooked in a furnace. That's fine. And then we've got all the potions to the east, descendants of water to the east, that's correct. South should be the gifts of earth, that's incorrect. Right, okay, I need to shift that. South should be the gifts of earth, so I'll need to shift this over. I didn't want to do that. Still okay. Like that, and then this one needs to go over 1. No, it needs to go over 2. And that's okay. So we've got, yeah, gifts of earth there to the south, and the spices of the air, as they're referred to the west. So that's fine. And then, as you'll see, I have this stuff here. Now I want to clear out this area of Enderman a little bit, because I'm about to, as you can probably guess from what I've got in my inventory, make a golem, an iron golem. And I've got to kill him within this area. So I'm going to whack him a bit. The siege has begun. So all the Endermen disappear and all these mobs appear. And I've got to kill all these mobs. And as you can see, it says... As you can see, it's counting up down the bottom left there. So we've got to kill 100 of these mobs. And these... yeah, the creepers, not so handy to try and kill. But, and they've all got this haste effect on them, which is less than pleasant. But this is making short work of them, this cleaver, so that's fine. And I've been poisoned again. 100 kills. I think we've got to kill one more. There we go. So we're still poisoned, but our sigil has been stabilised. Hurrah! So let's get rid of some of this rubbish. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Certainly don't need those, or that, or a poppy. Armour did take a bit of a beating because it was pretty much fully charged before we started this, but now we have one stable sigil, which means we can make the stable, unstable ingots that we require. So that we don't need... Wow, that took a while. Yeah, and we don't need the... There's nothing loaded here. Well, that's not good. Come on. There we go. So if we make... We can now make... Oh, I had some ore in there. I went off searching for diamond ore. It didn't take me very long to find in the deep dark, but that's fine. Craft diamonds. Chop chop. Let's get that iron then. So we do iron like that. Diamonds like that. Why is it taking ages to craft? There we go. And we can make our unstable ingots in our crafting window, and they stack and they don't explode, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're looking for. A nice big unstable ingot diamond or ingot block. So we can now make a nether star generator reasonably easily. So we've got skulls, we can now make this, we've got nether stars, we are good to go for the next stage of this, which will have to be next time, once I've pulled all these arrows out of my face, and my neck, and my chest, and my arm, and my ankle. Good job, I'm not Hercules, eh? Alright folks, until the next time, it's a bye-bye, and have a funs from me.